Hello, my name is Camila Pagang and I am part of Challenge 2014 and this is assignment number 4, video submission number 2 for question number 2. So in this question we have to find the integral of a function of an equation that says that as x tends from 0 to 1, x plus 1 squared times the square root of 3 plus x plus 1 squared. So, in order to simplify this equation, first what we have to do is we need to substitute this by u, and this is called substitution by u with u. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna give the value inside of the square root a value of u. So u is going to equal 3 plus x plus 1 squared. And we have to find of this its derivative in order to find d of x, which is this part of the equation. So d of u equals 2x plus 1 times 1. So d of x. And so when we want to solve for d of x, we're going to be left with d of x equals d of u over 2x plus 1. And now we need to insert these values back into the original equation in order to find its integral. So we have, as x tends from 0 to 1, that x plus 1 squared times the square root of u. And so we're going to substitute d of x also, which is going to leave us with d of u over 2 times x plus 1. Oh, this was times to the third power. So this is going to be third power, and this is to the second power, and to the second power also. Yeah. And this is going to become a 3 instead of a 2. There we go. Now that makes sense. Okay, so here we can see that there's different factors that have been, there's some common factors, so we're going to cancel them out. We're going to cancel out x plus 1 squared and x plus 1 squared. Also, we can see that this constant of 1/3, we can take it out of the integral in order to simplify our equation more and find its final solution the easiest way possible. So we're going to be left with 1/3 times the integral as x tends from 0 to 1 of the square root of u, d of u. So according to the integration properties, we know that it's going to be n, which would be 1/2, plus 1 over n plus 1. So we are left with 1/3 the integral of u 3/2 over 3/2. And so we don't have to write anymore the integral because we already integrated. This is a multiplication. And so, but this value of u, we need to insert it back into the equation in order to find its final solution. So we're going to have 1/3 times 3 plus x plus 1 cubed to the 3 to the half power over 3/2. And so we can multiply this by the equation, which is going by, in order to leave it without the constants, and we're going to be left with 2 over 9 times 3 plus 1 x plus 1 3 times cubed over 3/2 times 3/2. So finally, what we're going to do once we have this equation is that we're going to substitute in order to find the definitive integral. Because this is the integral of the solution, but we still need to find its values as x goes from 0 to 1. So I'm going to write it right here. So first we need to substitute the 1, and we are going to be left with 2/9 times, so we have that 1 plus 1 is 2, to the third power is 8, and we're going to be left with 11 to the 3/2 plus, well, minus, exactly, minus, and now we're going to subtract the value of the substitution with 0, which is going to leave us with 2/9 times, well, we substitute here, so we have that 3 to the third power is 1 plus 3 is 4 times 3/4 is 4 to the 3/4 to the 3/2, sorry, excuse me. And so once that we have this, we can finally simplify, and we're going to be left with 2/9 times square root of 11 square root of 11 minus 4 square root of 4, which we can simplify as 22 square root of 11 minus 8 square root of, oh, excuse me, this isn't 8. This is, we're left here with 8, times 16 over 9. And this is the final value of the integral x plus 1 squared times the square root of 3 plus 3x cubed as x tends from 0 to 1. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.